Planet Dolan. From how many nuggets are in a six-pack to where snow goes in summertime, the Planet Dolan crew reenact more of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest questions we've been asked at work. I'm Mr. Dolan, and today I'll be on the Number 10 was submitted by dolans-toenail. Oh my god. Like, really? Pandora used to be a customer service operator at a major internet provider. One day she had a customer call in, demanding to know why they couldn't access their email. They were very angry about it, so they needed to send an email immediately. To isolate the problem, Pandora asked if their internet was working, and they said, "The internet is down! I don't care about that right now! I need my email! I will call about my internet later!" Pandora just shook her head and thought, "Idiot!" Number 9 was submitted by Mr-Dusk. Every day, Tolop gets asked the same question all employees hate. "Excuse me, do you work here?" He'll be wearing a name tag, a uniform with the company logo on it, putting stock on shelves, sweeping the floor, and someone will still come up and ask him. One day he decided that stupid questions need stupid answers, so he said,
"No ma'am, I just like to dress up as an employee when I go shopping."
He then pointed at his co-worker and said,
"But I think that guy over there, he'll be able to help you."
The insane part is the customer actually believed this. Number 8 was submitted by Borderlands 1873. Hellbent used to work at a gas station. One day a man came in to use the bathroom. It was locked, so the guy asked Hellbent if he could use the key. Hellbent told him that there wasn't a key, and that if it was locked, it meant someone was in there already. The guy couldn't quite grasp this, so he said, "What? The bathroom knows when someone's in there? How?" Hellbent had to explain to him that it wasn't some magical toilet with artificial intelligence, and that customers go in there and lock the door behind them. The man looked at Hellbent for 5 painfully long seconds and then said, "Oh." Number 7 was submitted by Jedi Are Real 26. Yeah, we can dream. When Civil Spider was 21, he went through a phase of dyeing his hair crazy colors. He worked at a factory, so he was allowed to have any color he wanted. One day he came in with blue hair with pink and red streaks. One of his co-workers stared at Civil Spider for a long time, as if trying to figure out what was different about him. After a while he said, "Hey, did you dye your hair or something?" It took every bit of self-restraint Civil Spider had not to say,
"No, my mom ate Skittles when she was pregnant with me and I've had rainbow-colored hair ever since."
Number 6 was submitted by LiveDieSurvive. When Spincis was a teenager, she worked at McDonald's. Every day she heard all sorts of stupid things come out of customers' mouths. And by far, the dumbest thing was when one very indecisive customer came in and stared at the menu for 5 minutes. A line of customers were beginning to form behind them, so Spincis asked the customer what he would like. He said, "I think I'll have a 6-piece McNuggets." "How many nuggets do you get with the 6-piece? Number 5 was submitted by Mega Zero Impact 95. When Doopy was 16, she worked at a fast food place that was known for being a pothead hangout. A few months into working there, she had a customer come in and ask for a cheeseburger without cheese. Doopy laughed, thinking they were joking, put it down as a hamburger since that was cheaper. The customer saw this and got really mad. She asked why Doopy put it down as a hamburger, and Doopy explained that a cheeseburger without cheese is a hamburger. The customer would not accept this and insisted that they were 2 different burgers. Eventually, Doopy called her manager out to settle this. The manager repeated Doopy's explanation, but the customer just got madder and even threatened to sue. In the end, Doopy did what the woman asked and put the sale through as a more expensive cheeseburger. The crazy woman never came back. Number 4 was submitted by kookyjuggler. A few years ago, Melissa had an awesome job working at a ski resort. One day a customer came up to her and asked, "So what do you do with all the snow in the summertime?" Melissa thought he was kidding at first, but when she realized he was serious, she put on a straight face and said,
"We rake it all up and set it aside to save money for next season."
He actually believed this was true. Maybe he had a skiing-related head injury? Or maybe he's just an idiot. Number 3 was submitted by Mote-of-Lobross. Hey, I've seen that name plenty of times. Keep submitting stories, we like you. Ghost Host once worked at a call center that sells dietary supplements. For a few weeks, he got some wrong number calls asking if they were a bank, mentioning some class action settlement. Ghost Host told these callers they had the wrong number, and most people accepted this. But there was one caller who couldn't quite get it into his head. He asked about the bank settlement, and Ghost Host said, "Sorry sir, you have the wrong number. We sell dietary supplements here." Instead of accepting this, the caller said, "Well, get me to the right department then." Ghost Host had to spell it out to him that he was calling an entirely different company. The customer just refused to accept this and kept insisting he be transferred to the right department. This went on for several minutes until the caller demanded to speak to Ghost Host's supervisor. Ghost Host then transferred him, and the same circular conversation continued for 45 more minutes before the moron finally hung up the phone. Number 2 was submitted by hamstroker. One day, Nixium was having his lunch break at work. He'd recently quit smoking but still hung out in the smokers area to chat to his co-workers. When a co-worker asked Nixium why he wasn't smoking, Nixium explained that he had quit cold turkey. His co-worker said, "Oh, right. So how does the cold turkey work? Do they just put it on your chest and it cures your addiction?" Nixium just face-palmed hard. Number 1 was submitted by me. What's the dumbest question I've been asked at work? Well, I mean, I've had jobs before YouTube, but to give you a fun little YouTube story, I mean, the obvious one is, where's Shima? We don't know where she is. I don't know how many times we have to answer. It's been like a year, but we'll keep saying that. But I guess the other dumb question I keep getting asked is, why haven't you shown your face, Dolan? When are you going to do a face reveal, Dolan? I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I don't put my face in videos that have absolutely nothing. Like, I don't know why I would show my face because it has nothing to do with the video. I'm like, type in Loot Crate Dolan. Go on my Twitch. Have a look. My face is there. I've been streaming there, and I show my face. Like, my face is there. Look up Wiki Dolan. My face is there. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I've done tons of stuff with my face. I just keep getting asked the same question. That's probably the dumbest question. So guys, if you're wondering where my face is, type one of these several things. You'll find it. Huge thanks to the folks over at Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the weirdest thing that happened to you during a sleepover? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below. You might be featured in a future countdown.
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys!
That's it for this video, and have a good one!